Welcome back, my fellow agents. Once again, it is I, your agent of aquatic awesome, X7, also the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today we're doing a book review because it's late. My assignment ended late and I just wanted to have this done. As you can tell, we're going to talk about both the movie Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and the first season of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea in a book review. So I really like this picture. I kind of wish I'd have used it. Be that as it may, we're going to switch to a different camera and begin. So before we go too far into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell if you want to. We'd really appreciate it. Please listen just a couple more minutes longer than usual. Really helps the algorithm. And let's get to it. So our book today is this, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Volume 1. This is an extensive volume. You see how thick this is? It's like a Harry Potter book or a Lord of the Rings book, but with less marching, although they do wander around a lot. It goes through it is written by Mark Cushman with Mark Alfred, and it's thorough. And when I say thorough, it is thorough. I would love to write like this and be this thorough, but that's not what Zenorama is about. But I'm glad that these guys are here. There's 2 volumes to this. The second one covers the seasons 2, 3, and 4 of the show, which
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Starring Richard Basehart.
So the movie starred Dr. Morbius, and Peter Lorre. However, it goes through, the first chunk of it is all about Irwin Allen and his career. He does the same thing with the Lost in Space, series that he's done. He's got 3 of those volumes, one for each season. I think they probably could have done 2 because they're not inexpensive. But it talks about the movies that Irwin Allen made, and goes through all of them, including the ill-begotten Lost World remake or adaptation, of the excellent 1925 show. However, we're not really going to talk about them. We're just going to talk about Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. The movie is a lot of fun. Now, it was released in 1961, and there's some of the effects they did right there. Yeah, when I say, I don't want to say exhaustive like it's a bad thing. It's a really great thing. It doesn't talk too much about, it doesn't go into the movie perhaps as much as it could have, but they do transition. That was a big success. This much of the book is about Irwin Allen and the movie, and then the rest is about the first season, which most fans consider the most successful season because it was in black and white, dealt with a lot more espionage than monsters, although there was a giant octopus that came from beneath the sea. Probably a giant squid, a whale. I mean, there's a lot of giant stuff in here. A lot of science fiction. It's just a lot of it was, there was espionage, return of Nazis. And that's just something I happened to pick out. And, as well as going to the Lost World because David Hedison, who starred in the Walter Pidgeon was in the movie as Captain Harriman. And I think Frankie Avalon's in the movie as well. We are going to review the movie. I got a lovely copy of it. It'll be fun, but probably not. Maybe next week. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, so here's the book. And the first season, like I said, it's a lot less sci-fi, but there's a lot of science fiction in it because the sub itself is science fiction. It's huge. It's roomy. Nobody gets cramped. It'd probably be 40 feet wide if I don't know how big subs generally are, but it's the most advanced one. It's got electroshock, it can shock things that touch it in case to get them off. I think it has torpedoes. It doesn't have a flying sub yet, but it does have a couple of personal subs that get used. And it's really well done. We also get a little bit about Lost in Space going into production a year later. Oh, Irwin Allen had three series on television. This one is the most successful. It's just a lot of fun. There's, it's not nothing really heavy, but the acting is good. The leads, everyone takes it seriously, even in the later series when it gets a little less serious. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that they go into in volume two, and they've not yet mentioned Batman, but Batman was a big thing halfway through this first season, and it had an effect on all across the board on at least this and Lost in Space. Now, the Time Tunnel and Land of the Giants, I've not seen a lot of it. In fact, growing up, I did not see many episodes of this, but what I did see were the ones with the creatures that looked like the creature from the Black Lagoon and swam like the creature from the Black Lagoon because they were portrayed by the man in the water suit, Riku Browning, who played the creature from the Black Lagoon in the water. He swam like it. So submarines and a UFO. So lots of science fiction were in here. There's 30 episodes in season one, which back in the day was not unusual to see. Actually, 32 episodes. I just finished the entire first run. Now I have them here on DVD. Well, I had them on DVD, sold them, and then started to buy them again. This is volume two. These are regular, and the pictures look great. I mean, they're not Blu-ray, high def, what people would, but I don't know that they sold very well. I would like to give, these are unopened because I rebought them, and then I got a copy of or run the entire series on a Blu-ray made by a fan, and these are dual layered, sadly, which I hate. Dual layer, everyone hates dual layered DVDs. I've yet to meet anyone who likes them, but I would like to give them a good home, find them a good home. Uh, Let me know in the comments if I can help you out here. We'll figure some. We'll talk. Just pay for shipping. It's the first complete first season there. Here's the back. It's got a foreword by Mark Phillips. David Hedison was going to write the foreword for the second book, but he passed away before that happened. He was also in the first Fly movie. He was the Fly. And it's just really, I keep saying it's a fun show. It's much more. This first season's much more adult. It gets silly, and little robots that Irwin's alleged cheapness, even, and probably also the cheapness of the television station, or the ABC. I believe ABC was airing this, or whoever it was that was airing it didn't give them. I mean, the more successful it got, it ran 4 seasons and over 100 episodes easily. I think everyone was 20, so 100, and man, I don't know. My math isn't that good. Now the movie takes place. I don't know if that takes place in the far future. It's been a minute since I've seen the full movie, so I'm quite looking forward to that. Walter Pidgeon's great. Peter Lorre's great. Swims around with a shark. It's got Barbara Eden in it, long before anyone was dreaming of Genie. And this book goes through all of the guest stars that they have in any given episode, and gives a history of them. So it's really nice that they do that. Let's see. Guest star Hartfield, Linda Crystal from The City Beneath the Sea. Let's see. Guest star Alejandro Rey and Rita Gam from Mist of Silence, which is a good episode. These are all quite, once you get past not looking for the monster of the week, which your humble agent does admit he's a monster kid. I like seeing monsters. There's a lot of intriguing guest stars in here. Where was it? What is this one here? The Saboteur, co-starring Warren Stevens and Burt Freed, but he gives all of them. John Anderson is in it. He was the Ebonite in Nightmare and the guest stars. Ed Asner is in it as a villain. Lou Grant, the villain, which it just cracks me up whenever you see some Ted Knights in. I don't know if he's in this. He's in the Wild Wild West, which we should talk about again. We did talk about a book review there, and it's such a great series. And it had, lots more. I didn't have to worry but too much about effects. in camera or otherwise. But I wish they had a picture of the octopus from It Came from Beneath the Sea, which we reviewed, and it was a lot of fun. It talks about his mostly awful animal world, with the exception of course, the dinosaur sequence by Ray Harryhausen and Willis O'Brien. It's expensive. It's like a $40 book. I don't remember what I got it for. This was published in, let's see, jeez. They haven't talked about the comic books yet, or the merchandise, which they do I think in the second one. I haven't read too much into it. I put it down because May of 2018, first edition. So, but highly recommended. It's very genial, just really knowledgeable. I'm kind of intrigued in getting his. He's got 3 Star Trek books, which for the first series, refused to call it the original series because it was just Star Trek. It's my issue, and I'll deal with it. So, if anyone wants these, just send me a message, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. And if I just like to give them to good homes to people that would enjoy them. And other than that, this is just going to be a short episode. Make up for yesterday's really long one when we were again underwater. But I'm surprised. I'd be kind of surprised if mermaids don't show up in this. So, my fellow agents, let's listen to the rest of this.
David Hedison.
The Fly, look out! I believe that music was also little Johnny Williams.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Presented by Coca-Cola. All right, let's get to the title end cards here. Oop, that doesn't make any sense. All right, my fellow agents, tomorrow we will not be waterlogged. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll be in space, but we'll be with Ultraman. So there'll be a lot of Ultra action. So until our next Ultra assignment, this is X7 signing off.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Starring Richard Basehart, David Hedison, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.